Hey everyone, it's Saturday, and you know what that means. Time to play Scarlet Nexus and continue where continue where it was left off. And last time it was where we saw Kasane's sister get turned into an other, and we don't know why or why the government and why is it doing that. Hold on, can't catch a break with this thing, can I? Here we go. Saying gonna continue where we left off in Scarlet Nexus. And before I started stream, I went to a Renaissance fair that was local, and to tell you the truth, it wasn't that good. A lot of it was not very authentic. I did get a pack of tarot cards, so that was fun, but to be honest, the Renaissance fair, it was a bust. Not because it was outside, but because there was they had some of the vendors in the building, and there was practically no ventilation out. I was sweltering in the heat, and not mention a lot of the stuff which is really high priced that they were trying to sell, and a lot of the stuff people were wearing there was not completely authentic to like the Renaissance. So that was so in my opinion, it was a bust. Even though it's their first annual one, they could have made it they could have done a lot more organizing. I mean, where they had it on the fairgrounds, it was big enough where if they wanted to, they could have jousting. But they didn't have any jousting. I mean, why? When you have a field that's big enough to where you can have jousting, why not bring in people to do jousting and have them set it up? I mean, people would really enjoy seeing jousting. I mean, oh, I would. Because it was big enough to do that, but they didn't have it that way. So in not to mention, there wasn't a whole lot there at all with the vendors. Even though it was the first one, they could have done better, in my opinion. A whole lot better. So yeah, that was a bust. But the good news is I get to be here, you guys, and play Scarlet Nexus. So that's an up for me, I think. So why don't we go ahead and go over and get into Scarlet Nexus. You son of a... I had to show an update now, but I'm not going to do the update. I'll do it later. Unreal Engine. Let's see if we'll find out what new Himuka is hiding.
Oh, we finally found you, Shiden. You're not hurt.
Of course I'm not. Don't treat me like a lost child.
That's what you looked like to me.
You little...
All right, let's go home.
I'm ready to go, but where's Naomi? There was a reading around here that seemed like her.
Naomi died.
What?
Kasane.
What? I had to tell him.
You're right.
Hey, was she really killed? I know you're cold-hearted, but this is too frigid.
Why would I lie about it? Naomi is dead.
Kyoka left me in charge of the platoon. I wasn't good enough and let Naomi get killed.
That's not true. It was... That's just not what happened.
No, it is true. I know words are never enough, but I'm sorry.
Oh dear, you must be so sad after losing your sister.
Kodama? What do you want? Are you looking for wounded?
Shiden, you little traitor. You know I don't do menial jobs like that. Right. Well, the reason doesn't really matter, so I guess I'll just say you were attacked by others. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, time to die! I'll just kill ya!
What are you up to?
Oh dear, you have enough time to talk? Then I'll have to give you more to deal with.
That woman is impossible to understand. Is she actually trying to kill us?
Wow, big talk from a traitor. You always were such a bad boy, Shiden.
Shut up. Just listening to you talk like that makes my skin crawl.
I already don't like Kodama. I already don't like her.
Damn.
Cocky.
Rest a bit.
Thank me later.
Give it to me, Gamma.
Come on.
This is good.
Now.
Damn. Damn.
Kasane, stay away from those floating things. If one hits you, it'll be trouble for sure.
I'm not done yet.
Ouch! I'm all dirty.
What happened?
I can
happened?
Ah, ah, man, that sucks. I was almost about to win. Almost had it. I don't know who Kadama is, but I can tell I don't like her. She's even more annoying than Shiden.
Oh, we finally found you, Shiden. You're not hurt.
Of course I'm not. Don't treat me like a lost child.
That's what you looked like to me.
You little...
All right, let's go home.
I'm ready to go, but where's Naomi? There was a reading around here that seemed like her.
Naomi died.
What?
Kasane.
What? I had to tell him.
You're right.
Hey, was she really killed? I know you're cold-hearted, but this is too frigid.
Why would I lie about it? Naomi is dead.
Kyoka left me in charge of the platoon. I wasn't good enough and let Naomi get killed.
That's not true. It was... That's just not what happened.
No, it is true. I know words are never enough, but I'm sorry.
Oh dear, you must be so sad after losing your sister.
Kodama? What do you want? Are you looking for wounded?
Shiden, you little traitor. You know I don't do menial jobs like that. Right. Well, the reason doesn't really matter, so I guess I'll just say you were attacked by others. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, time to die!
Yep, I really don't like her.
Yeah.
What are you up to?
Oh dear, you have enough time to talk? Then I'll give you more to deal with.
Go protect!
That woman is impossible to understand. Is she actually trying to kill us?
Wow, big talk from a traitor. You always were such a bad boy, Sheehan.
Shut up. Just listening to you talk like that makes my skin crawl.
We can't give up.
I didn't need your... Well, I guess I owe you one.
Over here. Over here.
Damn, I messed up on that.
Let's have some fun.
Here's my power!
That was close.
Thank me later.
Right now.
Can you take it?
Ouch! I'm all dirty.
Not yet.
Kasane, stay away from those floating things. If one hits you, you'll be trouble for sure.
Go protect!
I'm not done yet.
My fault.
Kasane, let's play.
I'll do this, Shidan.
Too slow.
My fault.
I'm not done yet.
Over here.
Gotcha. I'm counting on it.
Fine.
Oh.
Get lost.
No way.
That was good. Not quite as good as me, though.
I underestimated you. You're pretty good.
What's going on?
Get
Why'd
wrecked.
you do something like that?
Well, I have my reasons. Okay then. Maybe it's time for me to get serious in round 2.
That's enough. Our mission isn't finished yet. Restrain yourself, Kodama.
Major General Fubuki!
Kodama? I'll take care of this. You don't need to get involved.
Okay, understood.
Gemma, Shiden, and Kasane. I know you're angry, but can you forgive Kodama for my sake?
I don't mind. I'm not that angry.
Aw, you're so sweet, Kasane.
Now she hides behind Major General Fubuki.
Gemma, how about you?
Understood, sir.
All right, we're returning to the frontline base. I know you all sustained some serious attacks, so pull back and get some rest.
Okay, I guess we should withdraw. Though I'm not sure I have enough in me to go straight back to Suo.
Should we stop by the hideout?
Yeah, Major Kyoka will most likely have the same idea.
I really don't like that Kodama. I don't like her at all. Nope. Then again, because one reason, she tried to kill us.
That mission went really bad. Thank goodness you three are safe. No, I shouldn't be happy. I heard from Major General Fubuki. Naomi. She's dead. Yes.
Damn those others.
Kasane, I'm sorry. I failed as a commander. She was such a promising girl. And now she's gone. Don't. She served like any other OSF soldier. If I believe what Karin says, Naomi is still alive. I don't know what he's thinking, but I have to leave my sister with those people for now. Wait for me, Naomi. I promise I'll come for you.
Oh, now we're in a standby phase. You can give gifts to allies at the hideout. You can mainly get gifts from the shops, exchange bonds with stronger, strengthen more if you give them something they like. Gifts you give will also be displayed at the hideout, so allies areas will become more festive. Okay. Musabis have been added to the world map.
I assume that Kyoka doesn't know about Naomi's metamorphosis. Should we keep her in the dark?
We were told not to say anything, and it would only make her worry.
You're probably right.
Okay, you got brain messages. So we got here. Okay, let's see. We got two bond missions, so that's pretty good. And not, he says, Kasane, how are you? I was thinking about hitting up Musabis for some sweets and tea. Do you want to come with me? Know what happened to Naomi was hard for you, but I think you might feel better if you talk to someone about it. We're both OSF, so I was hoping you could we could get to know each other better. Send me a reply. That sounds good. If that sounds good to you. And Tsugumi, I want to talk. I can wait for you if you're busy. I'm at Musabi's. I'd be happy if you came, but it really can't. It really can wait. It also seems Kodama, that Sly Fox, why did she attack us? Major General Fubuki seemed to know. He told her not to get involved, which means we can presume that Kodama was doing something unplanned. Unplanned, huh? It's hard to guess what she's thinking, so I doubt if she ever does anything according to plan. It also seems like she often acts under the direct orders of Major General Fubuki. I think he might be hiding something from us. He's definitely hiding something, but we can't say what right now. Okay, before I do anything, I am going to save.
I don't know what to say about Naomi. Just tell me if there's anything I can do. Don't bottle up your emotions. Yes, thank you.
Asane, I heard about Naomi. I couldn't do anything to help, and I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. It wasn't your fault.
Okay, talk. More damage than the OSF expected. It was incurred during this operation. There were a lot of casualties. It's really too bad. Let's see if I have any gifts. I don't have anything. Okay, I don't have anything yet, but I'll have to get some gifts. See, each of them like. It's no use. I can't get it and get my head on strain. There were too many impossible possibilities this time. New products added to the lineup. Okay, so where are the gifts? Oh, it would be presents. Okay, plug-in parallelization programs. Items that unlock plug-in slots. They are given them allies and present. They can be obtained from exchange shops.
Hey, I'm grateful.
I was thinking getting into DIY, which would be do it yourself, like making something myself, but I didn't have the tools, so I appreciate it. Okay. Or damp SF. Okay, gifts.
Thank you.
Sorry, you're always giving me things. Okay, sorry about that. I had to talk to my mom for a second. There is if okay. Oh, I don't see anything visuals wise. Okay, I already got one of these. Okay, what is it that I need to get exchange for the hood? Vision simulation 1. I need to get visual simulator battle record A star 1 and 2 vision simulator B. Let me see. I can't see here. Okay, before I do anything, I'm gonna watch the TV. Many others appeared abandoned in subway, but the Scarlet Guardians managed to dispatch the majority of them. However, other forecast is predicting numbers more dangerous than previously, so the OSF will remain vigilant. Okay. I guess oh, so there's Sheehan. And he also has a bond, so might as well do Sheehan's first. Get that out of the way. I feel awful too about Naomi. Naomi was incredibly talented and seemed to have a promising future in the OSF.
Sheehan, can we talk?
What do you need? I'm busy.
There's something that's bothering me about your actions during our operations.
Okay, Ms. Leader. Go ahead, say what you want to say.
You fly solo too often during battles. From my calculations, you do this about 30% more than the other members. More importantly, there weren't many cases where it gave us an advantage. How about you coordinate with the rest of us?
What?
Did you not hear me? I'm suggesting that fighting individually doesn't play to our platoon's strength.
I follow instructions outlined by the operation. Or is babysitting you guys part of the plan?
I didn't ask you to babysit. Combining our strengths is a more efficient solution. We all have unique powers. Complementing each other with what we lack will help us fight more effectively.
Our operations have all been successful. I don't see a problem.
We could be stronger if we continued to train. Are you satisfied with our current state?
You don't have any right to say that to me. I'll fight my own way. Stop trying to boss me around.
This isn't an order, it's a suggestion. Are you alright? Do you have a problem with your hearing?
What did you say?
Now, you two, don't fight. We're all on the same team here.
I only suggested she didn't cooperate with us more.
Seriously? You were giving me a whole lot of attitude for someone asking for my cooperation.
Okay, calm down, the both of you. Listen to me. Shiden, your fighting skills and analysis levels are excellent. We all know you're capable of working on your own. However, you're part of a team. Don't you think it's worth practicing coordinating with your teammates? It's not easy to adapt to a sudden change, so why don't you start by becoming friends with Kasane?
Friends?
Kasane, you've taken the initiative to think about our platoon. Our team will become stronger if we're able to coordinate well together. But just telling someone how you feel isn't enough to reach an understanding. There are many ways to communicate. Why don't you study the people around you and think of creative ways to do that?
Creative?
You're both good kids. I'm sure you'll get along. Do your best.
I don't need friends. If I'm strong enough to fight alone, I can beat the others without having to rely on unnecessary coordination.
You can't do everything by
That's fine
yourself.
with me, as long as you don't hold us back in battle.
Are you saying I'm holding you back?
Yes. First, you charge into the front lines alone too much. You lose sight of your surroundings when you get excited. Your overconfidence and poor follow-through are also concerning. You always lose focus and relax when you see victory at hand.
I'll do better on the next assignment.
So you're aware of this. Good. Everyone has faults. As perfect as we try to be, we all have limits. That makes relying on your teammates a necessary strategy. Fighting alone will get you killed one of these days. Shiden? He seems angry. Was I too harsh again? Are you mad? I apologize if I offended you.
So you point out people's weaknesses in order to claim superiority.
That's not what I do. It doesn't matter who's better or worse.
Fine, be like that. But I'm never losing to you. I'll conquer all my flaws and weaknesses on my own. Now don't talk to me anymore.
I've really made him mad. I guess this means I didn't come up with a creative way to communicate my thoughts to him. I'll have to work on that. I bet Naomi would be able to handle this without a problem. I have to figure this out on my own now. I have to think of a way to get along with him.
Give me your combat data. Send me the combat data, movement data. I want to know everyone's habits moving forward. I'm not bothered by what you said to me. I just don't want to want people to get in my way. I don't regret working hard to get stronger. Or you're more serious than I expected. Of course I am. You can get strong. You can't get strong unless you're serious. I won't let anyone get ahead of me, not even you. Now hurry up and send me the data. Sorry to bother you at a time like this. I'm sure even reading these messages is hard enough, but I just heard about Naomi. I'm here to talk if you want. I want to help you, Kasane. You cannot be. The thought is more than enough for now. Okay. So let's go ahead and do these to get them out of the way. Nice little place.
Oh, Kasane! Over here.
That was fast. I didn't think you'd be here yet.
I just got here. Now come on! Let's order us a bucket of sweets. This is so good. Tea with sweets is the best way to relax.
I guess. The tea and the cake aren't as good as what Naomi made.
Yeah, she was a good cook. Anyway, other than how it tastes, are you relaxing?
Relaxing?
You're not relaxed? If there's something bothering you, you can talk to me.
There isn't really anything. I'd be happy to take some fighting advice, though.
Alright, but are you sure you want advice from me? You were the best in the class.
You're pretty good yourself. You're not great at focusing on the whole picture, but you're great in a straight fight. I think you could teach me about using my power effectively, or how to make openings on the battlefield.
Was that a compliment?
Yes, it was. You just go right in, even if it's an obviously dangerous situation. Why is that?
I feel like you're saying I'm reckless. But yeah, if I had to give a reason, it's because I trust my friends. There are other people who will watch the whole battle. Even if I am a little excessive and clumsy, someone will cover for me. I guess I sound spoiled.
I see. Trusting your friends. I'll keep that in mind. I suppose there are a lot of different ways to fight.
I'm glad I could help. But that's not what I was asking. Aren't you worried about how you're getting along with people?
How I get along? What do you mean?
Well, like if there's someone you like...
Huh? I do like someone, but I'm not worried about it.
Really? That's cool. Could I ask who it is?
Sure. It's Naomi.
Huh? Oh, I didn't mean like in a family sense. Like a guy or something.
So you mean romance? You should have said so from the beginning.
So, is there anyone?
I don't know. At least I've never felt anything like that.
So there's no one that you like right now?
I don't think so. I'd know if I liked someone like that, wouldn't I?
What? I think you can be attracted to someone without realizing it yourself.
Really?
Kasane?
I'm going to head back.
Yeah. Sorry it got so awkward.
It's not awkward. I don't know if it was relaxing, but I had fun, I think. I haven't had pointless small talk with anyone since I've been separated from my sister.
If it made you feel better, then I'm glad I invited you.
Why do you care about me so much?
Huh? We're friends. Of course I'd care.
Friends?
Oh, hey, Fire Dragon.
Yeah. I think
And
so
no, you
anyway.
didn't miss anything
Is
important.
that bad?
No. I don't mind. I was just a little surprised. I just thought we were familiar colleagues.
Colleagues? I would have hoped you at least considered us classmates. Well, we can say we're friends now.
I guess we can. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. We should have tea as friends again.
Of course. I'll see you later.
Now I can talk. Hey, Fire Dragon, welcome on in. You haven't missed it. Like I said before, you haven't missed anything too important, except I did a boss battle against a character known as Kodama, and I can tell you, I find her a lot more annoying than Shiden. Reason? She tried to kill us. Right now, I'm just currently just doing the Bond episodes, and what in the world are they doing? No doubt, and probably just exercising and stretching. But I'm just getting these Bond episodes out of the way so I can continue on with, continue on. So you haven't really missed a whole lot. Before I streamed, I went to a Renaissance affair, and I could tell you, it was a bust. It wasn't that good. I did get some Tarot cards, though. Oh, when the stream's over, watch the beginning of the VOD, and you can tell that she's more annoying than Shiden, and Kodama is way more annoying than Shiden. Because when she shows up, she goes, "Oh, I'll just blame it on others. Time to die." Ugh. When I heard it, I already knew I wasn't gonna like her because she tried to kill us for no apparent reason. No doubt just to kill us for fun. and try to kill us just for fun. And reason Kodama just screams yandere, and I can tell you right there, no yanderes. No, I watched Future Diary, and after seeing yandere, I just seen, and I was like, nope, 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 nope. Okay, now time to do Segumis.
Oh, Kasane. I'm here, just like you asked me. What did you want to talk about?
I was just wondering if you were okay.
Me? I'm alright.
Really? I mean, everything with Naomi.
Oh, right. Now that you mention it, you were there too, weren't you? When it happened. You saw Naomi transform.
Yeah, it was really scary. Just thinking about it upsets me. But I know it has to be harder for you. So...
And that's why you reached out to me. Thanks, but I'm fine.
That can't be true. You can't be okay.
I didn't say that I wasn't in pain, but right now, I have bigger priorities than my own feelings. I'm going to do what I need to for my sister. That's all. You don't need to worry about me.
Okay.
Have you talked to my sister before? I mean, you're in different platoons, so I figured you wouldn't have interacted that much.
We talked once in a while. Because we had common hobbies, like gardening.
Gardening?
I like growing flowers. When I said that, Naomi said she was interested as well.
Flowers. Right. Naomi did like flowers.
Not just flowers. She also said she wanted to grow herbs to cook with.
Can you grow herbs on your own?
It's not difficult if you know how to grow them, but it also depends on the variety.
True.
For example, mint is easy to grow. Parsley and basil too. And you use them a lot in cooking.
I see.
There were some plants that like dry places, and others that need to be watered frequently.
Why did you get so quiet all of a sudden?
I'm sorry. I realized I was blabbering.
I wouldn't consider any of that blabbering.
I studied a lot about herbs to teach Naomi, so I got a little carried away.
I see. Thanks.
You don't have to thank me. I just had so much more I wanted to talk to Naomi about.
Whatever it was you were going to teach her about gardening. Would you mind teaching me instead?
What? Of course. Are you sure?
I'm sure. You never know, it might come in handy. I also want to find out what my sister wanted to know.
Okay. Just like with herbs, plants have all kinds of uses. I'm sure it will be helpful in your life somehow. Oh, I know. The lavender flower has a relaxing property. Drinking it in tea or smelling its aroma when you're tired or feeling bad will make you feel better.
Thank you. I'll keep an eye out for some.
Okay. Well, goodbye.
She's so kind to me. I can tell she cares. And while her personality may be different, there's a part of her that reminds me of Naomi.
Okay, well, I guess it takes care of. Let me see. Does it take care of all the Bond episodes? Okay, he says, ever since we were cadets, I've thought your clothes and accessories were cool. Kasane, did you pick them all out yourself? My sister put together. I'll wait for it to go through. Is it? My sister put everything together, everything but the supplies. I don't. Yeah. Kasane, yeah, I still don't understand fully what her power is. All I know is it's telekinesis, where she can lift things up. I don't really care about clothes. The most I do is choose a design I like. Wow, Naomi is amazing. I heard she made that hair clip herself too, but I think have a good eye in choosing everything, Kasane. Oh yeah, do you want to come with me next time I go clothes shopping? I want to try something cool like you, Kasane. Oh, maybe. Oh, wait. Oh, Sugumi, if I remember, it's precognition. Like she can see like a certain amount of time into the future. Or I think that's what it is, or energy sources. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it might be somewhere in here. I'll look it up real quick. See here. Clairvoyance. That's what Tsugumi's power is. It's clairvoyance. That's what Tsugumi's power is. She's a clairvoyant. It means she can see things. To know that and predict them. Do you like any plants in particular, Kasane? Not really. What? Oh, I see. Well, I'll wait for it to finish. Okay. Oh, I see. Well, I guess most people don't have a favorite. Most people don't even know the name trees or flowers. Naomi knew a lot about plants, though. I thought we could get closer. I wonder what kind of flower Naomi liked. I never asked her, but I should have. Well, I think that takes care of the the standby phase. So, let me actually save. So, if anything happens, I don't have to go through all of it again. I really like this game. Oh. Into over here. Okay, time to continue.
You don't look well. You've been through a lot, so rest a while. You can go back to Suo later. Gemma and I have to go back to file our report, but there's no need for you and Shiden to rush.
Don't push yourself, Kasane.
Hey, if you're gonna rest, rest. I'll read a book or something.
Why don't you go back to Suo with the others?
It's my choice.
Well, I'm going to rest then.
Excuse me, it's just some. I was saying this with my drinking. Some of it went down the wrong pipe. Ugh. Ugh, I hate it when that happens.
How long are you going to follow me around?
Shut up. I'll go then if that's what you want.
The Seiron garrison of the National Defense Forces caused a stir when they deployed unauthorized near the abandoned subway to invest. Chairman Sumeragi criticized the move as being outside the purview of civilian military operations and has ordered the Minister of Defense to find out the facts.
From Mother?
We heard about Naomi's death. Why didn't you tell us? Our sweet little Naomi. We couldn't refuse her desire to be a scout, so we left our precious girl in your care. I guess I was wrong to hope. We were fools. I don't want you contacting us anymore. You've never contacted us anyway, so I'm sure that won't bother you.
Wow, that's cold. That's really cold.
What?
Is that the Randall Industries logo?
That man was from Randall Industries, but there was something off about him. Where did he go?
Clemens developed Randall Industries in Spring Pharmaceuticals. The head offices of large companies tend to be in Suo. It might be pretty convenient for us, but people from other cities are a little dissatisfied that everything is centered in Suo. Oh, there's a quest I can get. But that guy with the suitcase, he was looking really sus. Even others aren't a problem in their own way. Any of them can be difficult if they show up in a group. Even so, properly utilizing brain drives is important for OSF's troops. You should get used to it as soon as possible. I have the perfect targets for practice, so why don't you take them down? Yeah, I know. That just shows how cold-hearted Naomi's parents were. I mean, for crying out loud, I mean, even though they weren't that close, you shouldn't be saying that to them. It's someone that's really cold-hearted. Oh, there are challenges. Okay. During brain drive, defeat 5 rainy rummy. Yep, that it seems to be the case. Real, and then it makes it even a lot. That makes it really bad. I mean, doing that to someone you raised, take care of, and they consider you family, and then you just tell them, no, we don't want to see you anymore. Don't contact us ever again. That's really cold-hearted. With these quests, I really don't know how to really know how to do them. I'll have to look up to see what I have to do for some of these, for a lot of these quests. Because I'm pretty stumped on what to do. And there's a quest over there. Should probably also get that one as well.
I've got a nearby resource reading.
What I'm wondering is, the guy with the package from Randall Industries, what was he doing with that package? Because he looked really suspicious. Well, we're about to find out as soon as I get this quest. In the last other attack, some others came down near my house and I had to evacuate, so I missed my deadline. I was almost done getting yelled at by my boss. All the stress, it's all those others' fault. So can you get revenge for me? I want you to beat the living hell out of them. Thanks, I appreciate it. I wish the others would pick somewhere else to attack. Okay, let's see. What do I have to do for this quest? While CIS duplication is active, defeat 3 Plateau Pedu. They could be involved, but then again, you know, from the way it sounds like, Kasane and Naomi's and her adopted parents, which are Naomi's, something tells me that even while she was growing up, they didn't get along too well. That's probably why they were so quick to just up and abandon her, because her and Kasane got along, and that's why. Because Kasane was gone, and they blame, and I mean, because Naomi is gone, and they blame Kasane for it, and that's probably why, another reason why they don't want to have anything to do with Kasane anymore, because they blame her for Naomi's death. Well, actually not death, but transformation. But getting transformed into another sounds like a fate worse than death.
So? Seiran's preparations are nearly complete. Everyone deployed in Suo merely await your command.
The destruction of the OSF from within is progressing nicely. Half of them will align with Seiran.
Then the rebellion will be carried out at Kunad.
Wait.
Did they see me?
I knew you'd come.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just a sad, sorry fate.
Who is that girl?
Naomi's younger sister. I'll take care of her.
Randall's adoptive daughter. Well, I must be going.
You're planning a rebellion right in the middle of town?
I wonder how much you truly understand.
What does that mean? What are you saying?
You don't need to know yet. Come with me.
Where am I? The GPS program isn't working. Is Signet down? No. It seems the Throom is blocking the net.
You're awake. Stay here and be quiet.
I get it. Karin told you to watch me. That's why you wouldn't leave me alone. So you support the Seiran Rebellion as well?
Seiran is my homeland. And Major General Karin appreciates me more than Major General Fubuki.
Get out of my way.
No.
Then I'll just have to make you.
Are we gonna fight
Don't be
Shiden?
silly. If
Please
you
tell
think
me
you're
we're gonna
good
fight
enough to
Shiden.
Fight me. Hey, listen to me.
All right, finally we get to fight Shiden.
I told you to wait. Do you think you can beat me one-on-one?
I do.
And let's see who's best. Right here, right now.
No way. Don't resist.
I'm not done yet.
Resist. Don't resist. Little.
I'm not done yet.
Little. Don't resist.
Oh, I'm gonna bring something.
Don't resist. Little. Don't resist.
I'm not done yet.
Little. Don't resist.
That was close. I'm not done yet.
No way!
Alright, I beat Shiden.
You're all bark and no bite.
Kasane, we're here to rescue you. What's going on?
Shiden came to help me too. He got hurt. Don't worry about it.
I see. So will you help us, Shiden?
Help you? What do you mean? My brother Karin Travers has taken his regiment and is trying to start a rebellion with Seiran. I want to confirm. You know that my brother is in league with Seiran.
Yes.
Then, do you know where he went?
He mentioned a place called Kunad.
That's Kunad Highway.
I'm going to go stop my brother. This is personal, so I can't ask the OSF to help.
I'm going too. I want answers from Karin.
Right. I can't let Karin do this either. Shiden, you'll come with us, right?
Come with us, Shiden. You'll get what you want that way.
All right.
If Kasane's going, then so am I. As your commander, I can't let you two go alone.
Okay. We'll split the platoon into 2 teams. Luca, Kasane, and myself will go first. Kyoka and Shiden, you support us. That's best. Right, Shiden?
Whatever.
Kunad Highway has been added to the world map. Before I knew better.
My power is difficult to use, but it is useful.
Let me check something real quick. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure I forgot to check to make sure nothing was downloading or anything. Yeah, nothing's downloading. That's good. Okay, I'll just bring it back up. Okay. But I took down Shiden. He had nothing on me. I was able to beat him real easily. But I used up a lot of supplies, so I have to see if I can get more down the road. I'll have to make do with what I got. I know. Took him down a peg or two. It definitely took him down a peg or two. Okay. And before I do, I'm gonna save.
It looks like your usage rate of hypervelocity with SAS is low.
Okay, so the Kunad Highway.
How did you know I had been imprisoned?
I know of my brother's suspicious behavior, so I've been casually observing him. Which is why we were able to free you. But my brother likely suspected something like this.
It's done.
Following hyper velocity, you can move at a pace that makes you feel as if time slowed down. Use it when confronting fast enemies, those who want to finish off quickly. Additionally, these effects will be added as you strengthen your bond with Arashi.
Work hard. It's down. Let's finish it.
It's over!
That was a nice move.
Teleportation by borrowing the teleportation power, steps become teleportation moves, allowing you to attack dangerous close-range enemies before retreating to a safe distance. Additionally, performing a weapon attack where, while in range of a target, teleports you next to the enemy for a slash. It also allows you to move through walls. Additionally, effects will be added for you to strengthen your bond with Luca.
Use it effectively.
I'll do it! It's over.
I've got a nearby resource reading.
Can you handle it?
It's done.
It dropped something rare. This is pretty good.
Okay, there's no way to go down that way. Must have to go the other way then.
Highway. I know he is working with Seiron, but why would my brother choose this place?
There must be something he needs to take care of here.
Let's do this! Now die! Ah!
First, let's search for Karen.
Useless. Checkmate.
It's over.
Here you go.
It's done.
Go ahead.
Looks like I've improved.
I'm borrowing this.
I'll do it!
No power. It got me. Next.
Guess I'm stronger. Kasane, normal human speed can't keep up with that other. Use SAS.
Help me, Luca.
Do it!
Got it! It's over.
I'll be using this.
Kasane,
I'll do it!
Checkmate.
let's finish this!
Useless. It's over. I'll do it!
Checkmate.
I like teleportation, it's fun.
This cherry blossom tree. It is growing so wild, like nature is trying to take the land back from humanity.
Yes, it's very beautiful. You guys have a poetic way of looking at it. I'm just finding it hard to walk. Roots are in the way.
I would agree with them. It is a pretty sight.
Here it comes!
Next.
You burned it good.
Kaboom.
It looks hot.
me, Luca. Got it. It's over.
It's working. Focus on that spot. It's down. Let's finish it.
Useless. Check.
That was a nice move.
It is nothing.
Damn.
Here, you'll have to take out the surrounding enemies. Focus.
Can you handle it?
I must train more.
That seems to be the spot.
I'll be using this.
Some are close to their limit.
It is nothing.
Time to fight back. I'm using it.
That's it. Come on, I'm close to it. A little longer. Yep.
Help me, Luca.
Aim for that spot.
Work hard.
Using brain drive.
It dropped something rare. I hate hordes.
That takes care of them. True. Explosions were the lesson needed to be perfect. Can't have a video game without explosions. Okay, load it up. Time to continue.
I've got a nearby resource reading.
Let's do that.
Good grief, I'm not looking to improve myself here.
It's done.
Ouch. This is pretty good. way?
It used to be. There also used to be a city here that traded with Suo.
It's abandoned now. Cars can't even drive on it. That's why we're forced to walk.
There!
It's done.
Follow up while the enemy is burning.
Use it effectively.
Yep. Your bus is here.
Do it!
That's some speed, but my power can keep up just fine.
Got it! It's over! Too slow!
That seems to be the spot.
Can't give up.
Thanks for the help.
Go ahead.
Checkmate. More power. I must train more. Useless.
That was rude.
I'm borrowing this.
It's working. Focus on that spot.
It is nothing.
Stay down!
We need to focus.
Ah, now that was good.
Yuito? Captain Seto? What is Seto Platoon doing here?
Himuka, can you back us up? We need to withdraw.
Right. It's ridiculous for us to fight our allies.
Gemma, come with me. Tell me what's gotten into you.
No,
We'll draw off the OSF around us. I doubt they're willing to take on 2 Septentrions.
Would you say the same if it were me, Luca?
Corin.
Luca. I knew you would be here.
Leave my brother to me.
Don't fool yourself! Come at me all together. I'll take you on.
Ah, crap, we have to fight him.
We don't know how he'll attack. Karin can use multiple powers without SAS.
Won't get in my
The
way.
power only Karin Travers has. Brain Eater. I'm using it. I'll be using this.
It would have been better for you to remain quietly in your cage, Kasane.
Stop joking. I'll decide what's best for me. Just what are you planning?
I don't need to answer you.
Stop me.
You're nothing but trouble, Karin. You should consider how it affects people around you.
I'm about done.
Can you move? Thanks. Sorry for the trouble.
Do something.
So this is all you've got.
See, he's tough. Like a Dark Souls boss.
Yuito? Captain Seto? What is Seto platoon doing here?
Himuka, can you back us up? We need to withdraw.
Right. It's ridiculous for us to fight our allies.
Gemma, come with me. Tell me what's gotten into you.
No,
We'll draw off the OSF around us. I doubt they're willing to take on 2 Septentrions.
Would you say the same if it were me, Luca?
Corin.
Luca. I knew you would be here.
Leave my brother to me.
don't fool yourself. Come at me all together. I'll take you on.
We don't know how he'll attack. Karin can use multiple powers without SAS. The power only Karin Travers has. Brain Eater.
It would have been better for you to remain quietly in your cage, Kasane.
Stop joking. I'll decide what's best for me. Just what are you planning?
I don't need to answer you.
nothing.
You're nothing but trouble, Karen. You should consider how it affects people around you.
I'll be using this.
You're worried about Fubuki. You think it'd be better if I'm not around him?
I didn't say anything about Fubuki. God, there's just no talking with you, is there? You're such a pain. Where there's life, there's hope.
I'm borrowing this.
I think the only thing I can do is avoid his attacks and attack while in hyperactivity mode.
Time to fight back.
Thanks for the help.
Oh, this isn't good.
This is what real power looks like.
It is nothing. Here. Go ahead. Fight.
I can't move.
Numbers won't make a difference. The games stop now. I see. So it's different this time. Understood. However...
No! Everyone, get back!
Kirito.
Forgive me, Seto.
Okay, so it was just where we had to survive his attacks.
Looks like I got blown away and separated from the group. I'm in trouble if I don't find everyone else. I can't believe he's using a brain field. I thought the strain would be too much during an actual fight. So that's the real power of a Septentrion first class.
I am definitely saving because I don't want to have to fight him again like that. Well, no doubt we'll have to fight him again, but going through that fight because that was tough.
Am I better? National Defense Forces. If they stand in my way, I'll eliminate them.
What? Let's go!
It's done. Next. It's done.
Is that you, Kasane? You okay?
Yes.
Everyone, prepare to deploy!
Here we go again.
What the hell was that attack?
Come on, we have to run.
What was that? People turned into others?
They're National Defense Forces, right?
Yeah. Though the National Defense Forces around here are Seiron garrison.
Are they not Seiron?
No, from what I saw, it looked like they were from Suo.
So it was either the National Defense Forces or the new Himuka government that turned Naomi into another.
Turn Naomi into an other? What are you talking about?
Captain Seto, let's go back to Karin. He knows what's going on.
Sounds like there's a good reason. Okay, it'll be dangerous, but let's go back to Major General Karin. No, wait. It looks like Yuito and Nagi are nearby.
Over there!
We'll take the others down one by one and help them. Can you do it?
Of course.
That's what I like to hear. Makes me want to steal you from Kyoka Platoon. Let's go. Yuito, help Kasane. I'll get Nagi out of here.
Got it. Let's go, Kasane.
Leave it to me.
It's hard to move when you're wet.
What's going on? Do you know, Kasane?
I'll explain later. Just do your best to survive.
Do something! It's close.
That seems to be the spot.
You've got this, Kasane!
Here it comes!
Let's regroup.
I'm not done yet.
Use it!
That seems to be the spot.
It got me.
Let's regroup now.
That was close. I'm borrowing this. So annoying.
looking good.
Damn. That was close.
You got this, Kasane! I can still fight.
And down he goes.
Looks like I've improved.
There it is again.
Are you okay?
Yes. What?
Do you feel sick? You're really spaced out.
Don't worry about me, I'm fine. Anyway, let's go to Karin.
Go to him? Can we beat him?
No, he's not our enemy.
But he attacked us.
No, I found out about Naomi. It's...
Nagi, what are you doing?
No questions. I will dispose of you.
Nagi!
Now I understand. Nagi, you're...
Get out of my way, Captain!
I can't do that. Nagi, you don't want to kill Yuito. If you do, you'll regret it. Nagi!
Then you will die!
Captain Zeto!
Nagi! Stop!
We finally found you!
Captain Zeto!
I won't die that easily, Nagi. After all, you're a part of my platoon. I'll be damned if they take you!
Kasane! What's wrong?
That doesn't sound. That doesn't look very good.
is this place?
Yuito.
Are you alright, Kasane?
Yes. Where are we?
Hey, that's the Sumeragi crest. And that man over there is dressed like the legendary Yakumo Sumeragi. What's going on?
I saw these in a dream.
Don't take your hands off the red strings. They will twist through time and lead the way for you, Kasane.
What waits at the end?
What is that? What's going on here? I don't get it. Yuito! Major Kyoka!
Kasane, what happened? First we were attacked by Major General Karin, and then we were attacked by other OSF.
Then there was a big earthquake. But it's strange. How did an earthquake make something like that?
I don't think it was an earthquake.
I don't know. But it looks like there's a gravitational anomaly around that thing.
Damn. That must be why my head hurts so much.
I felt a pain too. It wasn't like a normal headache. It was something different.
So, none of you saw that? Then what could that have been? Maybe it was just that dream again.
What are you talking about?
I sometimes have these strange dreams. They're about these threads called red strings. I had one just now, but this time Yuito was there. Now, Yuito may have been a dream as well.
Why would we have the same dream as you?
Maybe it's because the dream about the strings was more detailed than normal. And that's why you thought it was real and not a dream.
Yes, but it couldn't have been.
I'm not so sure. Maybe your dreams with Yuito aren't dreams and are actually experiences the two of you had.
Wait. I'm sorry, Kasane, but right now we have more important things to worry about.
Yeah, right. First off, if we stay here, there's a high possibility we'll get sucked into that thing. I also wonder about Suo. If Karin is serious, then it's safe to bet that something's probably going on there.
I don't see Luca or Yuito either. They probably went back there as well.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. Let's hurry back to Suo.
Plot thickens, that's for sure. What happened to Suo?
What is this?
Is this Suo?
The direction, the distance we traveled, and the buildings all tell me we're at Suo.
Arahabaki most likely isn't working, so the city functions must be down too.
It makes sense that we can't reach Haruka. I hope she's all right.
This is one of her research centers. It's half destroyed.
You mean a Spring Pharmaceuticals Research Center?
Yup, and there's our logo. But I don't think we had a research center in Suo. Is this really Suo? Something's not right. Oh, this terminal is still running. I'll check it out.
What's that? There's something scattered on the ground over there.
These are ampules. They look just like the ones I saw in the abandoned subway.
Major General Karin?
Fubuki? So... cold. No. Is he dead?
Major General Karin, is this the rebellion you talked about? You say you want to change the new Himuka regime, but look, you've gone and destroyed the city!
Karin, is Fubuki dead because of your rebellion? Karin, answer me!
Your brother's body. Here, take it. Kasane, so you're finally here.
What?
Why now? If you had managed to get here sooner, we could have found a way to cure the metamorphosis and turn them back to normal.
Cure the metamorphosis? What do you mean? Can Naomi be saved?
Save Naomi? What are you talking about?
It can't be done here. This planet, no, this whole dimension is at its end. It will be consumed by the Kunad Gate. Finally. I can finally save her.
What happened?
That was Major General Karin's power. Skill class SS, Brain Eater. He can copy any power and make it his own.
Fubuki, I'm sorry. I want to give you a proper burial, but there's something I have to take care of first. We're following him, right? Karin just used hypervelocity. He copied it from me on orders from High Command. I'm going to follow his trail. We can still catch him if we act now.
It's not like you to be so dedicated.
I won't let him go until he tells me why Fubuki had to die.
Let's go. I have so much I want to ask him.
Let's hurry after Karin. This trail won't last long.
Something feels really off about all of this.
Yes, it is. I just can't figure out why he ate Kasane's power.
Something definitely feels off. I don't know. The Suo couldn't have been destroyed that quickly, could it?
I'll be using this. That's some speed, but my power can keep up just fine.
Good luck. Useless.
Go!
Can you handle it? Work hard.
It's down. Let's finish it.
Got it. Check.
That was a great attack.
I'm using it. I'm borrowing this.
That seems to be the spot.
I'm using it.
Take it easy.
Can you handle it?
No, we're supposed to attack the fly. And fly other.
We need to regroup.
I'm calling it a fly because it buzzes around like a fly, and because flies are so annoying. They never.
That was close. I'm borrowing this.
That seems to be the spot. Some are close to their limit.
I'm not done yet. He caught me. Time to fight back. I'll do this, Shidan. I'm using it.
Focus on it.
It's not over. I'm borrowing this. I need your help.
That seems to be the spot.
I'll be using this. I can still fight. Too slow.
Some are close to their limit. It's down. Let's finish it. That seems to be the spot.
And that takes care of that other. Oof, that was a battle. But I got through it.
Hey, wait, someone's there.
Psionics. They'll fight even while the world's ending around them.
Who's that? I don't know, but it's a psionic. It looks like we have to fight back. There, that should do it. There, that should do it.
I'm not done yet.
Work hard.
That was close.
I'll do this, Shiden.
The outcome is the same.
Well, I may have lost that fight, but I can always try again. Because I think it's just another one like it was with Karin, where I just have to avoid getting hit. Maybe I should change see before I do. Check my brain power, see. Check on the brain map and see what I can do. Yep, definitely getting this. And it doesn't look like I can do anything else right now until I get more points, because I only got two left. So that'll have to do.
Hey, wait, someone's there.
Psionics. They'll fight even while the world's ending around them.
Who's that? I don't know, but it's a psionic. It looks like we have to fight back. I'm using it. Take it easy.
We need to regroup. Good luck.
That's it. I lost Karin's trail. You're giving up? I'd follow him if I could. It's just, after that distraction, too much time had passed.
I'm borrowing this.
Do something. Wait! Who are you? Are you... Yuito?
Huh? Impossible. That voice. Are you Kasane Randall?
Yuito Sumeragi? This old man?
Wait. I know that sarcastic voice. Shiden Ritter? I see. You jumped from the time of the Suo incident to this time.
I think I understand what's going on. Although I can hardly believe it myself. Yuito
Makes sense.
Sumeragi. It seems that you're blind. I'm...
Arashi Spring. I know your voice.
All right. So will you join the group?
No. I still have powers, but as you can see, I retired from the OSF.
Huh. So we should be in Suo in the year 2020, but that's not the case, correct?
I knew you'd have a handle on this, Arashi. This is Suo in 2070.
That's impossible. You're saying we came to the future?
An earthquake?
The end has begun.
What do you mean? How does this happen to Suo in 50 years?
I want to explain it all, but there's no time. This planet will be destroyed soon. I, Yuito Sumeragi, led the world to destruction.
What? What did you do? Major General Karin said something similar.
So you met him. Regardless, it's all my fault. This world is about to disappear. It will be swallowed by the pseudo-black hole called the Kunad Gate that you and I created in the past.
We created it? Was it those red strings?
Yes. Kasane, your power isn't psychokinesis. It's just the gravikinesis, the power to create dimensions, behaved like psychokinesis. You have the power to travel through time. That's what those dreams of red strings were about.
The red strings. So the phenomenon that appeared at Kunad brought us here?
Interesting.
What? Everyone is gone.
So, the time has come. I heard the only people who can exist beyond time and space are those who have the ability to travel through it. The ones you bring with you will eventually return to their former time, like they did just now.
How do you know all this? Who told you?
Arahabaki told me. That's why I was waiting for you to jump to the future. Let's talk somewhere else. There's no escaping danger here, but we can at least go somewhere a little safer. Let's go to OSF headquarters.
I need to talk to Yuito now.
Oh, hey, welcome back, Fire Dragon. Yeah, you missed quite a lot. What happened is that there was a fight with Major General Karin, and then Nagi went psycho, and during all of it, Kasane and Yuito created a pseudo black hole, and Kasane and the others, they got transported about 50 years into the future, and this is what become of Suo after 50 years because of the incident that happened in the past. and I just fought against Yuito, who was 50 years older. So you missed quite a bit.
It's done.
But the good news is that's what the VOD is for, so if you need to, you can always go rewatch the VOD. But definitely the plot has thickened. Oh, wait, I wonder if I can...
I know you're confused. Honestly, I am too. I was waiting for you to come from the past, but I still only half believed you actually would.
So what happened?
50 years ago, after the Seiran Rebellion, New Himuka became desperate to protect the integrity of the nation. They used me, Yuito Sumeragi, the hero who saved us all, to distract the citizens. I didn't resist. My brother Kaito begged me to. I thought it was the only way. My father was assassinated, and I was told you were the culprit. You had disappeared. I didn't know what to believe.
I killed the chairman? I don't understand.
I can't say for sure, as I wasn't there, but all the evidence pointed to you. I thought the fact that you disappeared meant you were guilty. Truth is that you jumped into the future.
I wouldn't kill your father.
Let's get back on topic. At the time you disappeared 50 years ago, the fighting between Seiran and Suo was heating up. I spent my days taking down others and fighting psionics allied with Seiran. During all that, it began to expand.
The Kunad Gate.
Damn.
The pseudo-black hole that you and I made.
Our powers are the same type of gravikinesis. So, it seems that I have the time travel power, the red strings as well. Because we had the same abilities, our powers resonated and created a gravitational anomaly. Most of it was you. I wasn't strong enough to travel through time.
But what made the Kunad Gate expand?
That gate is only supposed to appear at the moment of time travel, and then disappear immediately. But when you used your time travel power, it didn't disappear because my power resonated with yours. Not only that, every time I used my power, the gate would warp and suck in the surrounding space.
Is there no way to destroy it?
Only if I die. If I die, the traces of my power maintaining the distortion will disappear. However, I didn't make that choice. I thought there must be some other way, and everyone persuaded me to look for one. No, that's not right. In the end, I couldn't kill myself. I was afraid to die. I struggled to find a way to live. And now the gate is so big it won't go away even if I do die. That's why this world is dying. everything will be swallowed by the black hole. So please, kill me, Kasane. I want you to go 50 years into the past, before the Kunad Gate expands too large, and end the life of the false hero, Yuito Sumeragi.
No, I could never. Naomi cares about you too much. Besides, how am I supposed to go back to the past?
Red strings are triggered by swings in emotion. For example, when you are shaken by some type of emotional shock.
But there's nothing to affect me right now.
It's all right. I thought about that. All those years, all of it was for this moment.
What is that?
Other research has progressed in the last 50 years. We can now call them to us using sounds they like. We still can't make them go away, though.
Oh, crap.
I can't believe you do this.
I'm sure I sound pretentious for assuming, but you're shocked now, aren't you?
This isn't funny. Help me fight this other.
I think I understand why you killed my father now.
What?
New Himuka was researching how to change people into others. It was New Himuka that changed Naomi into another 50 years ago. My father was the one directing that research. Even the hero Yuito Sumeragi knew that fact. And even knowing the cruelty of it, I eventually became chairman and I continued the research.
You continued it?
Many people ended up like Naomi. I continued the research on powers, to find a way other than my own death that would close the gate. Yuito Sumeragi was just a mirage. A false hero who killed the world. So...
What are you doing? Why do you have that knife?
Forgive me, Kasane. It's up to you now.
Yeah, this is gonna leave a mess. Ugh.
Suo. I think this is real, but is it?
Oh, we're back where we're back in the present.
Kasane, there you are. Oh, I can't hear you, so don't bother replying. Arashi told me everything. Get out of there and head for the hideout. Kyoka and the others are already there. Hurry!
Telepathic communication from Haruka. Then this is the present? I made it back. Copy that. I'm headed to the hideout.
This is definitely taking a grim turn of events. That's for sure.
Welcome back, Kasane. I'm glad you made it back to our time safely. Arashi had my head spinning with worry with all her wild theories.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't have much information to go on, so I assumed the worst. Now we can hear what Kasane experienced rather than just my assumptions.
Did anything happen after we got dragged back to the present?
Yuito asked me to kill the Yuito in our time.
What? What do you mean?
Oh. So you're saying that the fact that the world is ending in 2070 is Yuito's fault?
That pseudo-black hole that appeared at Kunad.
It's not a black hole, strictly speaking. It's something similar that was created by Kasane and Yuito's powers. It's probably created as a means to actively move through time. It was created by a human brain, so it should have a systematic mechanism to its creation. Since it's not disappearing, it's negatively affecting the world.
So you agreed to it?
No, I came back before we reached a conclusion.
Maybe that was future Yuito's plan. The time travel power, the red strings, are affected by Kasane's strong emotions. When something shocking occurs, her emotions must be stored as a kind of energy. Since Kasane is unable to control her time travel power, it activates immediately.
True, they
I was
do.
worried there was a danger she could become lost in time and unable to return to the present. However, that doesn't seem to be the case. There must be some kind of guide when Kasane makes a time jump. She must be attracted to time periods she has already experienced or is familiar with. And Kasane sees that guide as red strings.
So, future Yuito assumed that by increasing Kasane's emotional level, she would return to this time.
I don't care about the logic of it. Are you gonna kill that damn kid?
I don't know. It's not an easy decision to make.
Right. I'm sorry for yelling.
Calm down, everyone. So much has happened to Kasane. She has a lot on her plate. Let's rest a bit and think about it later. It's much easier to change the future than the past. In the future that we glimpsed, Kasane never returned to the present and stayed in the future. Right, Arashi?
Yeah, that future disappeared when Kasane came back. However, Yuito's existence still holds the key to the future of this world. Even though that future is gone, the possibility of a similar future still remains. Obviously, I think we should do whatever we can to prevent that.
People always say you're lazy, Arashi, but it's great that you think hard work is so noble.
How rude. I just hate wasting time, and I spare no effort to avoid it. So there's no reason for you to rush to a decision. Got it?
All right.
Stand by phase 4.
I want to talk to Kyoka. We all went into the future. I saw it with my own eyes, but I still can't believe it. So many ancient people dreamed of time travel. I guess humanity's wish has come true.
That was a future I didn't want to see.
Okay, now, Max, before I do anything...
You seem pretty knowledgeable about time travel. Why is that?
I was just curious, so I studied it. For example, it can be said that precognition is a power that deals with time. As long as that exists, it's very likely that time travel exists too. What an amazing power that would be. I mean, if I could control time, I could be as lazy as I wanted.
Let's see. Okay. And save. And by the time, and I can tell by the time this would be a good place to stop for the day, unfortunately, because you know time. But we went through a lot today on this, and we had a lot more plot twists in the game, and we'll have to find out. Here's how both have time traveling powers. But when I saw what a new Himuka would be, I can see why Yuito's future self would want us to kill his past self in order to prevent the devastation from happening into what has happened to the planet, because I don't want destroying it worth it, but if certainly it's a grim what we'll have to face to get for next Saturday in this. So I'm gonna take it back over to Chad, and I'll find somebody for us to raid. Okay, that's done. Today we certainly got a lot done today in Scarlet Nexus. I'm real happy how things went. So let's see who we can raid. Let's see who's on. True, but that don't worry. There's the I always have the VOD with my streams. I always save the VODs most of the time, unless it's like a few seconds or anything. I usually eliminate it because it's only a few seconds and no reason to have it be cluttered, so people don't know which is which on the stream. So let me see here. Oh, how about we raid someone new? We're gonna raid Ilara, and she is an elf VTuber, so we're gonna raid her, because what she's doing is she's doing a VTuber tier list, and so why don't we're gonna raid her, and let me just get the raid set up. And let me set up the raid message. There's the tier list. And I'm gonna activate the raid now. I hope everyone enjoyed today's stream. I will be back tomorrow with Genshin Impact, so look forward to that, because we'll be continuing more in that story. That's gonna be it for tonight. So I'm gonna say good night, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it is in your time zone. Have a good night, and I will see everybody later.